My name is Avelyne.
You are Who Haven's 2021 winter spring
Yes, that is
intern?
correct.
All right, and how did you first hear about Who Haven?
I knew that I wanted to work at a wildlife rescue, and so I just Googled wildlife rescues in Illinois, and I picked one that looked, professional and looked like it had a good amount of animals, and yeah, so that was this place.
All right. And so when did you start interning out here?
I started interning here about the 4th of January, so it's been 4 months.
All right. And so we kind of covered this, but why did you specifically choose Who Haven for your internship over all of the other options?
Right. Who Haven had an easier application process. For the other ones, they needed you to fill out quite a few questions, and you had to print out this form. And this one, I could just email and talk to the director, and so that worked out way better. Plus, they had a lot of animals here, and there's a YouTube channel, so I could look at all the videos of the animals and see what the people were like. And yeah, that's why I chose this place.
Good. All right. And what are you studying in school?
I am studying zoology and geology.
In hopes of doing what?
I eventually want to become a wildlife biologist and do research on animals.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Right, so this is something that kind of, you wouldn't think the answer would be different each time, but it always kind of is.
Okay.
So what does being a Who Haven intern entail?
It entails, it's just taking care of the animals. So you clean, you change their water, you give them food, you do you take care of their medical needs, you have to give them shots, fluids when they come in and they are dehydrated. Yeah, it's mostly just taking care of the animals. Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the things that you've learned during your internship here?
I have learned quite a few things. I've learned a lot of the medical related activities, how to give shots, how to give fluids, what medication to give the animal if they have an infection, how to use different kinds of medical equipment, what's it called? Now I'm blanking what it's called.
The nebulizer?
Yeah, how to use a nebulizer. I've learned how to handle different kinds of animals because animals all have different personalities based on, their species, so you have to take a different approach with each of them. I've learned how to, probably one of the coolest things was learning how to work with the educational birds that we take out on programs and learning from our bird trainer how to handle them on our arms. All of that cool kind of falconry related activities. Yeah.
So actually, one of the questions is some of the coolest things that you've gotten to do as an intern. So obviously getting to work with the birds is one of those.
Yes.
Anything else that you thought was particularly cool?
I really liked working with the babies because finding a baby animal is probably one of the most common things that you're going to have to deal with if you're just living on your own and, if you're not working at an animal shelter. So in the meantime, it's good to know how to take care of them. And also because you never see babies in the wild. It's like a whole new experience. Yeah.
So is there anything about being an intern here that surprised you, that you just weren't expecting?
No, not really. I didn't expect that I'd get to work with the educational birds so much. That's about it though.
Okay. Do you have any favorite animal that you've worked with so far? Either kind, like an actual species, or a specific animal?
Yes, I really like working with Tavi, the turkey vulture.
I don't know that anyone has ever answered that question. What for you has been the hardest thing about interning out here?
Probably the time commitment to everything. It's definitely a lot of work, especially when there's babies and you have to be going out there at least every couple of hours and feeding them and pottying them. Yeah, that can be just difficult if you're just not used to it. Yeah.
Okay. And Right, so would you recommend interning at Hoo Haven to others who are looking for intern opportunities?
Yes, definitely. The amount of experience and knowledge that you're going to gain is very crucial to getting anywhere with wildlife. Yeah.
Some of our other interns have mentioned that they weren't expecting kind of how quickly they would be handling or having to wrangle animals or doing the medical procedures. Was that something that you also were surprised by how quickly it happened, or were you not
Actually,
thrown in quite as quickly as some of the others?
I mean, I was expecting to be thrown in quickly, actually, because for one, I actually watched one of the YouTube interviews you did, and they mentioned that, and also I just knew that, you know, I'm only going to be here for a certain period of time, so it would just be expected that I have to learn quickly so I can get as much experience as possible.
All right, cool. As the first intern to be living here with the new intern housing, what do you think of the new intern housing?
I think it's good. I think it's great. It's way better than living in a college dorm, which would have been what I would have been doing if I had been going to college and taking classes right now.